Hello, stars. My name is Blue, and today we are lost in the Homestuck Epilogues. We're starting Candy. Hang on, let me check. And while I'm checking, I almost didn't think I was gonna be able to record today because it took me an hour to figure out what the hell was happening with my capture program. I use OBS. Obviously, I figured it out. But it wouldn't capture, it was just showing a black screen and it was scaring me. Yes, we are on Candy. Candy! Candy Epilogue 1. Chapter 1. Candy was definitely the right choice, John thinks, as he munches thoughtfully on a strawberry swirl mint. It cracks to splinters between his teeth, incredibly tasty splinters, the consistency of which have absolutely no existential baggage to them. The splinters dissolve quickly, leaving behind the impression they were made of nothing at all, but for a cloying essence determined to linger behind. With some distance from his traumatic anime dreaming and fatalistic mood that he's been walking around with all day seems somewhat melodramatic, embarrassing even. Who has time for nihilism when it's such a beautiful day? You know what? Maybe I'll stay after all. Really? Yeah, now that I've had some time to think about, is Lord English really that big of a deal? I mean, I know Rose said it was a big deal, that canon would dissipate if I didn't go do it, whatever that means. Isn't it just as likely that I could mess up a whole bunch of stuff if I go back there? The idea of going back in time or into canon or whatever, and fighting this huge battle that serves some vague purpose I'm not even sure I understand, to feel so heavy? And I'm not feeling that heavy suddenly. I feel kind of the opposite, actually. I feel like maybe I just don't give a shit. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just, well, I'm already here living my life with my friends, and I think I just want to stay back on Earth. Forget I ever heard of Lord English and just relax. Is that selfish of me? I don't know. It seems like a lot of responsibility from one person. So maybe instead of taking the fate of everyone's existence into my own hands, I should just stay here and try to enjoy life. Even John has to admit his rationale doesn't sound particularly satisfying. Now that he's reflecting on everything he just said, it really strikes him as a bunch of empty-headed babble. But then again, it's like he was saying, his head does feel lighter. Maybe he doesn't care if his reasoning sucks. Maybe he just doesn't care about any of the high stakes or existential gravity related to his conversation with Rose. Or maybe he doesn't care about much of anything except here and now, the company of his friend, and the pleasant breeze flowing through the park today. He's feeling quite insubstantial when he thinks about it. Superficial. A bit sappy towards his friends. So what if he wants to make insubstantial, superficial, and a sappy decision? Are you absolutely sure about this, John? He looks up at the trees, at the sunlight glittering through crisscrossing fronds. Has the sky always been that blue? A leaf spirals down lazily and lands on his forehead. He plucks it off and studies the veins running through it. At each fork in the veins, he supposes the leaf, as a whole, is making a certain kind of decision to go this way or that. It certainly seems like one way of looking at a leaf, now that he bothers to really scrutinize one. It also seems to him, with just as great a sense of clarity, that not one of this leaf's decisions ever matter even in the tiniest fucking bit to anybody. Not to the tree, not to the world, not even to the leaf itself. He flicks the delicate green metaphor away with flourishes disdain and sudden conviction. Yeah, actually, I don't think I've ever been so sure of anything in my life. Roxy's stoic countenance watches away abruptly, and she lets out a happy squeal. No, that's kind of a sexist way to describe it. It's definitely a girly noise, though. Squill. Anyone can squill. Sexist way to describe it. What the fuck? It's definitely a girly noise, though, and not what John was expecting. Without warning, she launches herself into his arms. Oh my god, John, that's amazing! I'm so stoked! She buries her nose in the crook of his neck and starts crying. Huh? She's definitely sniffling a little, and his skin feels wet against hers. John makes incidental eye contact with Calliope when he raises his arms to wrap them around Roxy's back. He's startled for a moment, but Callie's just looking at him with that big, serene smile on her skull. So, okay, this isn't weird or anything. This is super intimate physical interaction he's having with her maybe girlfriend right in front of her. It's just a hug, John. It's just that Roxy's been so distant for years, and now John has no idea where the boundaries are drawn. He grins and hugs her back just as hard as she's hugging him. Maybe his friendships aren't as damaged as he worried. Maybe it's like his friends were his actual family the whole time, and they were just waiting for him to pick up the phone or come along and hug them. Roxy pulls back and claps excitedly. This is gonna be so effing awesome! I feel like all the voices that I had down are just gone. That's okay. We'll figure them out again. Yes, I think that you've made an excellent choice, John. I can already feel the aura of equivocation that's been hanging over us all these years fading. Equivocation? Oh, sorry. What I mean is that I think we've all had a hard time moving on from what we experienced in our old universes. Now we finally can put that ugliness behind us. Oh, John, this is amazing. I have such big plans for you. Plans? Stop asking so many questions, dummy. It's gonna be great. It'll be more than great. But first, there is one last thing you must do with your retcon powers. Someone that you need to help. Someone that only you can help. Calliope leans in close. The angle of the sun makes it so that she dips into shadow. The sharp recesses of her skeletal face turn those shadows black. For a moment, her voice sounds the way the wind does when it howls through the narrow chasm. You must free the bard from his prison. Did he hear her right? He can't imagine she could possibly mean Gamzee. Calliope puts her hands together and pulls back, smiling sweetly. Her voice is sugar sweet again. Let poor Gamzee out of the fridge, John. The time has come. Poor Gamzee? He surely learned his lesson by now. If we are to turn over a new page in the story, we should turn that page for everyone else. Gamzee must begin seeking redemption immediately. He has suffered enough. Has he, though? Oh my, yes, absolutely. Are you sure? Of course. John glances at Roxy, seeking support. She smiles at him benignly, apparently having no opinion whatsoever on this topic. Sure, okay, he can't help but make a disgusted face at the thought of it, but he shrugs. Why the hell not? He's feeling lighter. Remember, if it's time to let go of his long-held worries and hang-ups, then so too may it be time to let loose a long-suffering clown. If this is to be the age of redemption, then let it begin, he decides. Not with a bang, but a honk. Ah. Alright, I guess we're freeing Gamzee. Chapter 2. John zaps back to the quietest points in the fridge's impressively storied timeline that he can pinpoint, which is on the land of tombs in Krypton. T-minus half an hour before his final battle against every Dew, they all had to fight to get the hell out of Dodge. As the name of the land would imply, the planet's surface is covered in tombs, each an ancient skyscraper piercing the brilliant gaseous thundercloud above. But there's only one tomb he's come for, a simple household refrigerator, just like the one he grew up with. He pops into cannon at one end of a rooftop, up so high that the chemical storm coursing through the atmosphere sets his hair on edge. At the other end of the roof are Dirk and Dave, doing something he never thought he'd see. They're hugging. Not just regular non-committal hugging, they're empathetically hugging the shit out of each other. Dave's face is buried in Dirk's side, and Dirk's got both arms around him in a way that looks like he's never actually hugged another human being before. Sensing that this is probably something he shouldn't be seeing, he tiptoes towards Gamzee's would-be sarcophagus as carefully and quietly as he can, and places his hands just above the thick aluminum hole. The moment John's palm hit the fridge, Dirk turns to look at him. His head only moves an inch. Slowly, he lowers one eyebrow and returns to his poignant and deeply personal business with Dave, as if he hasn't observed anything worth acknowledging at all. Which John supposes is for the best. He isn't trying to mess up the timeline any more than he needs to. He's only here to steal a refrigerator that has been recently used to entomb a clown. He has enough on his plate with this idiotic heist as it is. Anyways, he decides to move on his own damn business and get the fridge back to Earth C. He zaps himself in the fridge back to the same picnic grounds he departed from, while cleverly leaving the chains wrapping the fridge behind on the land of tombs and krypton. So, I'm back. Everyone get ready for this fucking guy, I guess.
Oh, I gotta try to do Gamzee's voice again.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what voice I gave him in my own recording. Okay. With the same delicacy that he'd used to touch a toilet bowl in a public restroom, he grabs the handle of the fridge and pulls. Good job. He grabs the handle of the fridge and pulls. Gamzee pops out immediately, sweating, gasping for breath, and smelling like socks that have been worn continuously for 2 weeks straight. John rears back and pinches his nose shut. Calliope shoots John a sharp look, like a stern teacher would. Ha! Yeah, we're not doing all that nonsense. Ah, poor thing. It's alright now. You're alright. Take a moment to catch your breath, Mr. Clown. You'll be just fine. Gamzee continues coughing, wheezing, hacking, and sobbing, apparently. Oh dear, what is it, sir? Tell us what pains you. Let it all out, friend. We're here for you. I love the way he words this. I've been a bitch-ass nasty motherfucker. Calliope nods knowingly and pats him on the back. And I up and done some motherfuckers wrong. Those motherfuckers, most of all, who I called as my friends. I put the straight up fucking harshness at them, and it wasn't motherfucking nice of me. Not one bit. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be sad for Gamzee's sake, but like... And now I'm all at an emotional place and sweating my hard time in the hunger truck. Woo. A fate to which I surely got my deserved one for. This does not sound like Gamzee. Who is controlling Gamzee? And it gave me all the time to rethink my lot and get considering to what a bright pile of nastiest garbage I've been my whole motherfucking life. I got my epiphany going in there. Like I'm motherfucking bathed in the righteous epiphanies, yo. Pretty much balls out, immersed in the emotion breakthroughs, my good ninjas. Uh-huh. And I came to getting some of my realizations down right fucking locked. Locked tighter than I was a bitch in that fridge. And those realizations being something all motherfucking thrustly of sorts. I'm bad. Bad man. And I'm here to fucking redeem my motherfucking self. Honk! Calliope, eyes closed, continues with her sympathetic gestures. She pats him on the back and nods very slowly, issues now and then. Only while he is distracted by his own sobs does she steal a glance at her phone, tipping the fact that she too wouldn't mind if this redemption soliloquy would hurry itself along. She's just too polite to say anything. These redemption motherfucking eureka thunderclaps all banging at my think pan. Get me to go all like, boo-hoo, I'm bad. What I'm saying about this, the raw shit, I did get some explanations to make you see the truth. The truth that my loneliness had a motherfucking tent full of root causes. Y'all gotta indulge me at. Listen up, boys and hoes, cause here comes a bunch of noise that's morally fucking mitigated as shit. Honk. Oh, Jesus. Shh. I've been all, like, abused and stuff, homies. As a child, I got motherfucking neglected on my stern old fatherly goat. I was a disappointment on him, and Kant says I blame him for abandoning the shit out of his useless kid. I would have motherfucking done the same shit at me if I was a big cruel goat. Gamzee. Gamzee, no. So that explains, like, pretty sure most of my crimes in the way that makes a motherfucker want to take his forgiveness out for a fucking spin. There's other reasons to consider, like, shit that makes this redemption arc fucking tight, like uncracked elixir. What the fuck is going on? Like, how's my purple blood meant I got the culture pressures put on me to be a saucy damn jester for life? What about that hand the messiahs dealt me, my bitches? A motherfucker's gonna envy that like a wicked cod rash. So how can I full and truly fucking get blamed on for when it comes to a little bit of subjugation I got culturally hornswoggled up to doing, and also tragically goat abused, which needs to make you shed a tear for this motherfucker. I'm trying my best to read in Gamzee's in a Gamzee-esque voice, but I don't lest you want to be as atrocious as me. If I stop reading in a voice, it's because I'm having a difficult time reading. I apologize, I'm trying. And such is why I'm grabbing a hold of my repentance as firm and serious as I as I would a horse titty. I have never heard that before. My redemption arc is truly the dankest. I mean it hard, and I'm going sincere at it like one sad and sorry bad boy motherfucker. From this day front forward, I plan to get my pledge on be a changed clown. Truly a new ass motherfucker thanks to my new friends. Bravo. Fuck yeah. While John's two friends are busy hugging it out with arguably the worst person he has ever met in his life, he tiptoes a few yards away from the group and slips his phone out of his pocket. There's only one person in the universe who can truly understand what John's going through right now. Hey Terezi, you around? What do you want? You wouldn't believe what's happening just behind me right now. I probably would. No, you won't. Check it out. John discreetly holds his phone over his shoulder and takes a snapshot of Gamzee sobbing in Calliope's arms. Roxy is behind him, nodding along solemnly. Holy shit. I know, right? He's crying like a little wiggler. Go over and give him a kick in the codpiece for me. I can't. John, I'm asking you to do a simple favor for an old and dear friend. Do not be difficult. I don't think that would go over well. Everyone's taking this all weirdly seriously. Apparently we're going to let him have a redemption arc. Yeah, it's... Well, what is there to even say? It's literally the dumbest fucking idea I've ever heard, but what can you do? Shove him back in that fridge and throw it in the ocean is what? Pretty much. What are you idiots even bothering with this fool again? Don't ask me, this is a Calliope thing. Oh god, I guess she roped Roxy into it, so now I'm just going along with it too. I don't even care, actually. I mean, he smells awful, but I guess that's just what's happening now. The asshole clown is back. Life goes on. It didn't need to, though. Not for him, at least. Speaking of life, how's it going out there? Oh, fine. Pretty boring. Flying around and stuff. You know how it is. The search continues. Any sign of her yet? You've been gone, like, a really long time, you know. I'm sure you see it that way. From my point of view, it's a little different. Anyway, no turning back now. Yeah, I know. Everyone misses you, though. What is this? What is this? What is it supposed to be? Hello? Probably even... Gamzee. Ugh, well that settles it. I must never return. Sorry, Egbert. I never should have told you about his shitty redemption arc. I blew it. Yep. Anyway, gotta go. Next time we speak, you owe me a report of exactly one punch in the clown dick. By Dork. Smiling, he pockets his phone and heads back towards the Gamzee pity party. Gamzee's sobbing so performantly that many Carapassian citizens have stopped too much. By the looks on their faces, not a single one has ever been exposed to such clown grief. Pulled away from Calliope's embrace, he's now addressing the gathering clown about the importance of genuine repentance. Calliope comes to stand with John, her hands folded behind her back, her expression peaceful. Thank you for this, John. You're welcome. Something feels different, but he can't put his finger on it. I want to read more, but I don't think I can handle reading out loud another chapter. So, chapter 1 and 2 of Candy. And when we come back, we'll do 3. I guess Gamzee's getting a redemption arc. That's a thing. That's a thing. Okay. We'll see what's different in the next one. But that's it for today's stars. If you liked the video, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already to join our wonderful galaxy. Comment down below and I'll get back to you in some way or another. And I'll see you for our next adventure. Remember, we're all made of the same cosmic dust, so be nice. Kate, love you. Bye!